Buongiorno, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a full review of the new release. This is Born in Roma Extradose from Valentino. So if you want to know all about this fragrance, notes, longevity, sillage, would I recommend it? How does it compare to other fragrances on the market or even from the same range? Then please keep on watching. But before we start, if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. My name is Noura and on this channel I mostly talk about fragrances. So if you are a fragrance lover, so please consider subscribing and also hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload any new video. I will highly appreciate it if by the end of this video you found it helpful or you enjoyed it, to give me a thumb up. That will help me a lot. And without further ado, let's start. Now, you all know my love for the original Born in Roma. I have talked a lot about this fragrance. I have featured it, I think, in every single date night or sexy fragrance because it's a staple for me when it comes to date night fragrances. So when I saw the notes on this new flanker, I went ahead and blind bought it. I know I promised myself that I'm not going to blind buy, especially any new releases, but I couldn't help myself. I was so curious to the point that I couldn't wait until it was released in physical stores to smell it, and I blind bought it. So you have here blackcurrant and vanilla, which is in the original one, also in the intense version. It's like the core of the DNA of Born in Roma. And then you have rum. So they list only these three notes. So I thought a boozy version of the original one, that sounds really interesting. So is it really a boozy version? So let me tell you. It opens with this beautiful blackcurrant. Like, this is what you get right from the start. A blackcurrant, a little bit of vanilla, quite sweet, and a strange chemical note. Now, before you think that I'm going to say that this is a bad fragrance, I'm not saying that. It just isn't the boozy version or the boozy touch that I wanted in this fragrance. And I don't know what I am smelling in the beginning, which gives me this a little bit of a chemical touch. It could be the accord used to create the rum note. I don't know. And I really liked the opening to the point that I said, okay, this is not a fragrance that I would personally put in my top fragrances, but I do enjoy it enough to keep it. Like, I didn't regret my purchase. However, as a dry down is where this fragrance takes a little bit of a turn. So the opening especially reminded me a lot of the intense version, which is a more vanillic, less floral version of the original one. The dry down, this chemical notes or chemical touch that I talked about in the beginning, really came out in a strange way. And the sweetness came out very strong, especially on my skin. It's almost candy-like. And still, I didn't get this boozy touch that I was waiting for. So if you were expecting a boozy version of the original one or of the intense version, it's not it at all. Now, is it a bad fragrance? A fragrance that I am not going to recommend? It's not for me personally, I have to admit. So the dry down, I did not like it. So on total honesty here, I am going to declutter this fragrance. However, I would recommend this fragrance, but be careful. So first of all, don't blind buy it. When you test it and wait till the dry down, which I know a lot of people don't know. And I would say it's a fragrance that you would like. If you love the DNA of Born in Roma, especially the intense version, because this is the most similar one to this fragrance, and you love coconut fragrances. I know it sounds very strange, but after testing this fragrance many times, what I said was a strange, almost chemical smell reminds me a lot of coconut fragrances. And if you are new here on my channel, I don't like coconut at all. I'm not a lover of heavy, creamy coconut fragrances. So this is why I'm not going to say that I will not recommend this fragrance. I think if you love coconut fragrances, you love the DNA of Born in Roma, especially the intense version, I think you will like this one. But of course, test this fragrance. It's not a safe blind buy, even if you like, as me, the original one or even the intense version. do test this one and wait for the dry down to see if you would like it. So tell me in the comments down below, did you try this fragrance? Does it remind you also of coconut? Or am I crazy here? I don't know. It's very strange. When it comes to longevity and sillage, it reminds me with the performance of Born in Roma when it was first released. If you don't know, Born in Roma, when it was first released, was one of the best performing designer fragrances in my collection. And I never understood people who talked about Born in Roma and said that it was not good in performance, because on me, stellar performance. It wasn't until, if you saw my declutter video, I decluttered the original one, which I had a 50 ml bottle, which I bought when it was first released, because I am not using it enough to have such a big bottle. And one of the things that I promised myself against this year is to think before buying a fragrance if I need it in just a travel size or a 30 ml or maybe a 50. It depends. So I decluttered and got myself a travel size, because I almost exclusively use this fragrance on date nights. And I have other fragrances that also I wear on date nights. So it's not a fragrance that I use daily and a lot, although I really, really enjoyed it. So I was wearing this one a couple of days ago and I was shocked how it is not at all like the original one. I'm not talking about the smell, but about the performance. So yeah, all of that to tell you that the performance of this one is like the original one in the ones that I had. So it's moderate to strong longevity and sillage, and I am not an oversprayer. So I think if you overspray this one, you will get an extremely strong and very, very long-lasting fragrance. This on clothes did not go anywhere, and also on my hair. Some of the perfume got on my hair and I smelled that fragrance until I washed my hair. So longevity and sillage, I cannot complain about it. I hope you liked this video and you found it helpful. If you did, please give it a thumb up and consider subscribing to my channel. And please tell me in the comments down below your experience with this fragrance. I'm always looking forward to see your comments and your opinions, even if we are not in agreement. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time. Ciao.